Okay, we're back live from the Crusaders of the Resistance headquarters. I'm King Nico, and it's been a couple of nights or days now. This is the latest I've been on, and why not? There's so much going on that I just can't help it. So the numbers are all there. I don't really have much prepared. So digital currency is no longer a conspiracy theory. It is officially 100% turning over to digital currency this whole world over. So I'm going to try and do my best. I know I've been rushing all the other lives. It's been a while since I've done a long one. So let me just make sure I'm sharing this. Just give me a second. Everyone's jumping in and saying hello. Here's Freebird. So we're looking towards the end of the month for things to really get chaotic. And I'm going to show you all the numbers. So just give me a second. I just want to post all this. Take my time today, not rush anything. So how's everyone doing on this Tuesday evening or wherever you are in the world? It's on the Eastern Coast here. It's 9 p.m. Toronto. Sorry, I'm just sharing because I always forget to do this. Yes, bless up to you, Mr. IMC. So I hope you're all ready. I really don't know what to do. A lot of people are saying, oh, use cash only, but after, like I've showed you, they can ban cash and money, all cash will lose its value and return to its natural state, which is paper. That's all it is paper. And they're going to return it to its natural state. It's no longer going to be legal tender and have any sort of value. Hi, Priya. Good evening to you. Hi, Joel. Evening, brother. Miss J7 as always here, J7. I love you. Simone Watchman. Talofa, yes. Miss Natasha. Good evening to you, Natasha. And Eric Lips is saying something about wallpaper. Just give me one more second and then we'll get to it. I don't know why it makes it so difficult for me to share this, but okay, we're good. Let's just get to it now. All right, so I want to start off by just going to the Facebook. That's where I do a lot of the posts. So I made this post yesterday. I said King Charles III in brackets 666 because in Hebrew, Vav, Vav, Vav is 666. And I said he's going to ban cash. It's inevitable. And even still, people are saying that it's impossible, right? So there's your logos. So when you see the 3 lines by Charles's name, to me, that's just the number of the beast, 666. So yeah, people are saying it's impossible still. So let's just get a move on with this. There's Mr. Joseph Aquaviva. People are still jumping in saying hello, good evening, everyone. Don't worry, I'm not going to rush it today. Little bugs. Tea time, so it's a perfect time to get your tea. Okay, but yeah, I got lots to show you. I got all the numbers set up and ready. Okay, sorry, let me just get to it. So that was last night. So yeah, here's the Queen Bee. Freemason logo here with the bee in the middle, because she's the Queen Bee of the Freemasons. And now Freemasons, which consider themselves some master builders of what? Of the New World Order, right? Now it's successfully built, now they can remove all the leaders to make way for their Antichrist. Yeah, make way for the Antichrist. That's what we've been saying is going to happen. So here's a few cards from the Illuminati card game that was released in 1995. So about 27 years ago. Gavin Alfonso's in the house. What's up, Gavin? So it's amazing to see all you Crusaders jumping back in. Kim is here. Blessings to all our friends here. So there's So this is open plate. So if you take a look at the Princess Di card, it doesn't say Diana, it just says Di, D-I, and it shows paparazzi in the background. So there you go. It's just these cards, very filled with spells like tarot. There's Prince Charles looking at the crown with a gleeful look. So we know he's finally got the crown now. And then there's an England card. So again, everything that's been happening is not by chance. So Global News finally posted what? 33 different currencies.
The Queen's image is featured on coins across the Commonwealth. At one time, she appeared on 33 different currencies, the most of any monarch.
There's the Globalist News.
The Queen's image is featured on coins
geez, what did I
across the
do?
Commonwealth.
Okay.
At one time, she appeared on 33 different currencies, the most.
I knew I messed that up by clicking that. Give me a sec. Let me close that back up. So the number 33, by now you should know that 33 has just been following anything and everything from the construction of the World Trade Centers, the Twin Towers in 1968 to when they were detonated and pulled down in 2001. It was exactly 33 years. So the fallen angels equals 846. September 24th equals 846. Tribulation equals 846. 33, which is what you just heard, 33 different currencies in the world, Elizabeth's face on, and we got the days of Noah, 846. And why is 846 so significant? Because we know that the first bomb was detonated in the North Tower at 8:46 a.m. And then we got the George Floyd incident. So here we go, the Masonic hive. So Freemason equals 96. Elizabeth passed at 96. There's her father, King George, Freemason. There's her great-grandfather, King Edward VII. And Freemason, Master Masons, right? And she's the queen bee of the Masonic hive. Okay, so the central banks are moving to digital currency. So the CBDC, central bank digital currency. So it's going to be a one world currency with a one world leader and a one world religion. So who is anyone seeing it yet? So let me see if I can bring these up without messing up the feed. Okay, so there's those numbers. Beijing signals digital yuan will integrate with existing payment schemes. So that's just today, September 13th. China appears to have begun to address one of the big unanswered questions about its central bank digital currency. How to get people using it, given rival electronic payment schemes are already ubiquitous, right? So China's already pushing even deeper. There's the World Economic Forum. What are central bank digital currencies? Here's Canada. So the Bank of Canada is, so we are building the capability to issue a digital version of the Canadian dollar, known as a central bank digital currency that Canadians can trust and rely on so we can be ready should the need arise. So currently we do not have plans to issue whatever. They have the plans, it's already there. It's about to be unrolled. So we got the Canadian dollar in a digital form. We have the US dollar in a digital form. I believe Biden just signed some executive order with a bunch of numbers for this, so they could challenge and compete with Bitcoin. Oh my goodness. And we got Norway taps into Ethereum's infrastructure to develop its own central bank digital currency. Yes, Joel. So Joel saying, as above, so below. Sorry, 96, as above, so below. The central banks are moving to digital currency, says Rose Clark. Well, we got Torin. Hi, Torin. He's saying hello from Hawaii. She's saying hello from Hawaii, sorry. Sunshine Komaransky says hi. And here's Mr. Joseph Akuviva himself. Good evening, brother. Yeah, the Central Bank of Norway. Fallen Angels equals 846. So Priya is saying, keep your valuables safe. Paper money will disappear soon. Yeah, it's about to go down. I'll show you how soon it's going to happen. So quickly, there's some incidents with, I thought they were hilarious, right? So there's a few incidents with King Charles already.
Signal to an aide to clear his desk of clutter. King. He irritably signaled to an aide to clear his desk of clutter so he could sign documents. Then, as he was signing, he grabbed the aide again to remove a pen tray. We spoke to royal King.
And he did it again today.
To clear his desk of clutter so he could sign the documents. Then, as he was
Yeah, he's very short-tempered, it seems. So there's the king freaking out twice now in a short amount of time over pens and just nonsense, right? So, wow, very short-tempered there. So let's get back to the Facebook quickly. Is that it? Okay, so I got a quick video I wanted to start here.
So the UK is currently the head of the G7 group. That's the world's most economically advanced countries. And the UK currently chairs the G7 group. Our Chancellor, who does our economy, called Chancellor of the Exchequer, his name is Rishi Sunak. He put out this video saying that what they want to do is bring in this thing called the central banking digital currency. They want to replace fiat paper money with digital money as a competitor to Bitcoin and crypto money, right? But instead of being decentralized currency, it will be controlled by a government. It's digital currency, but controlled centrally through the banks, Bank of England. So instead of having a bank account with whatever, HSBC or Bank of America, you'll have a bank account directly with, in the American context, with the Fed. In the UK, directly with the Bank of England. You have a personal bank account, and you're given digital money in that bank account. These are called central banking digital currencies. The Chancellor of the Exchequer in the UK has already announced their intention to do this as the G7 group. And these, if you look up...
this sounds terrifying.
If you look up the Telegraph newspaper...
Central bank digital currency, is that the one?
Digital currency should be programmable. See that one there? Yeah? Now, what they're doing is they're saying, you know, everyone knows that with inflation at over 5%, it's now 5.4%, right? Our fiat money, the paper money, is increasingly becoming worthless, and we're headed towards a big disaster.
Yes, brother.
The
Hey,
Fed wants
Rob.
to raise interest rates. We're in so much debt that if you raise interest rates, people are going to suffer because everyone...
Rob Primo's here,
we're living on
everyone.
debt as Western economies. So they realize that this kind of the lifespan of paper money is fast coming to an end because of the 2008 economic crash in particular. So they're bringing in these central banking digital currencies. Why is that word programmable in there? So what they said in that article, and the Chancellor put a video out saying this as well, they've said that this money that you would earn from work, instead of having paper money, you have this digital money. It's programmable so that you can't buy certain foods, or if you do something that your employer doesn't like, it's all in that article. You won't be able to spend your money. In other words, it's not money. They're vouchers. They're like food vouchers. And they can be programmed so that, like the Chinese social credit system, that if you try and use them on a certain thing, it won't work. Say you want to buy a burger and they want you to buy bucks, which is one of the examples used. If you start to try and buy unhealthy meat, it just won't work. You tap your card, you can't buy the thing because you've met your quota that month of burgers. You have to buy something like a vegan meal.
So it won't just be money in the sense of the way we have dollars or pounds today.
Yeah.
It'll be something that's controlled in terms of your ability to distribute it.
Which is why I'm calling it a voucher. It's a coupon.
But even a coupon, if you have a coupon to buy bread, you can still buy the bread. Like There's
So you
no,
can't buy, see that coupon to buy bread, what you can't do is
Hi,
buy the
Darlene.
coupon, it's for bread.
right,
Yeah.
right. Do you feel like you're sounding the
So yeah,
alarm
everyone's making
Yes.
it.
for people that don't understand what is going on?
So here, I'll pull it up for you here, yeah? So there's the video.
The group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote.
Right, so that's the guy who runs our economy in the UK. His name's the Chancellor of the Exchequer. And here is the article. Bank of England tells ministers to intervene on digital currency programming, yeah? And here's a quote from the article. Digital cash could be programmed to ensure it is only spent on essentials or goods which an employer or government deems to be sensible.
Holy
I'm going to take it one step further for you, Joe, right? So the checkpoint Charlie exists everywhere. They bring in digital banking, central banking digital currencies. You've got a scenario now that you're checking in and out everywhere you go using vouchers that are programmed and you can only spend where you're told you can spend them. There's another word for that, man. That's called the Chinese social credit system. So what they are telling us, and when I say they, who's they? People in power. That's the head of our economy, the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Second most powerful person other than the Prime Minister and maybe the Foreign Secretary in the UK, right? He's telling us, I just played it there for you. He's telling us that's what he, as the UK, the head of the G7, want to bring in for the G7. And if I'm speaking to you the way I'm speaking now, and my employer or government, you heard that in the quote directly, yeah, deems me as saying or doing something inappropriate, suddenly I can't actually pay to come here and speak to you anymore. My digital currency won't even pay for the ticket because it will be known that I'm coming to speak to you. Sorry, your vouchers don't allow you to purchase that ticket to go and speak to Joe.
And this is where we get into the kind of censorship that we see in social media that is not, you can't have that kind of censorship with the First Amendment in normal discourse. But you can have that kind of censorship if you've developed a digital platform that distributes information, but it's a private company. So think about what money is, where you can spend it on whatever you want, versus this digital currency, which is essentially controlled in a sense, like you have free speech on Twitter, but you really don't. Because if you go too far or you talk about something that they don't find appropriate, they'll just ban your account. That could be what we're looking at in terms of what we think of as free speech being social media platforms, could be what we think of as your free range ability to buy whatever you want with whatever money that you've earned.
So what's going on here, right? What's going on here is with this central banking digital currency, if you get to that situation where you end up with the Chinese social credit system in the West, why? Why would anyone want to do that, right? I believe we're in a moment of the Gutenberg press. Go back to when the printing press was invented. Technology disrupts power structures. It always has. Printing and its invention was a new technology. What happened when they invented the printing press? The power structures who up until that point were reading the Bible for you and were telling you that you're going to pay this priest X amount of favors and he'll forgive you your sins. And that became a bribery system, right? Which is what Martin Luther was so upset about when he pinned his thesis to the wall. The printing press disrupted that power dynamic because people could read the Bible for themselves. And they began realizing that the power structures were manipulating what was written to control people. Now, nobody in hindsight is going to argue that printing and its invention is a bad thing for humanity. But at the time, it led to war. It led to the 30 Years' War in Europe. Because it disrupted power so much that people began rising up, and it led to this 30-year period of war, which eventually led to the Reformation, and the rest is history, right? What's today's Gutenberg press? The internet. The decentralization of information, and then because of that, the decentralization of currency in the form of crypto is disrupting power. Because the way that after the revolution of the Reformation and the printing press, control was still possible, though obviously not to that level, which is why we no longer have those absolute monarchies. But control in a nation-state context was still possible to an extent because the money supply was controlled. And what's happening is that the invention of the internet, with the decentralization of information, and in particular here, the decentralization of currency in the form of cryptocurrencies, is disrupting those power hierarchies, and it's leading to this conflict now. And we're in a moment when the printing press was invented, the powers that be needed to try and hold on to that power as the 30 Years' War kicked off. They eventually lost it. But to hold on to it, they became very brutal because they were losing their grip on power. Today, to have the infrastructure in place that you can have a checkpoint Charlie society, so that when the central banking digital currencies are in place, that infrastructure is already there because people were so scared they voluntarily allowed you to put that in place, so that you can maintain your grip on power, because what's coming around the corner is the decentralization of everything, of media, therefore of narrative, and of course, remember, whoever defines the truth gets to define reality. Decentralization of the economy.
Wow.
So you no longer have the power to define the story and control the money supply. So the powers that be, who are losing that power, need to clamp down. They're clamping down on their own children, because we are people who are born of the West. So it's an internal civil war in a hybrid war context over truth and over information. Centralization versus decentralization. It's no longer about left or right. It's about up versus down. It's about power versus those who don't have power.
Do you think if there was no cryptocurrency, if there was no Bitcoin or any of the other crypto coins, that they would attempt to do some sort of digital currency? Do you think that this is a response to the understanding that that decentralized digital currency is eventually going to take over, or has gained far more momentum than they ever anticipated?
I think so. And also decentralized media, because you can't control the narrative.
Right.
Now, we will get out of this, because ultimately it's a numbers game. And ultimately, in times like this, you end up fighting against your own sons, right? It's those in power fighting their own people. And eventually, the people, are, by sheer numbers, end up becoming the people in power. Right?
Amen,
so
brother.
Run,
Amen.
We may well end up in a decentralized world, which will be much better. But as I say, that to get there, we have to get through this period of those in power attempting to hold on to that power.
Wow. Okay, so notice that video is called Central Bank Digital Currencies, How Freedom Dies, right? And then I go another short video here from the Globalist News from last year.
A digital loonie becoming legal tender. Well, that day is getting closer. A recent survey found most major banks are considering some form of digital currency within the next 6 years. 3 research teams have produced proposals for the Bank of Canada. As Eric Sorensen reports, this could fuel the digital economy.
Every day, more Canadians pay digitally, and fewer businesses need this. A cash drawer stuffed with bills. Canadians are among the most cash-free spenders in the world. So, is it time for digital currency? The Bank of Canada isn't promoting the idea, but believes it needs to be ready.
Currency is a core part of the Bank of Canada's mandate. For several years, the Bank of Canada has been analyzing what circumstances might lead Canada to decide to issue a digital currency.
The Bank of Canada is now studying proposals from 3 sets of university experts for a homegrown digital currency. Formulas for how to spend with the anonymity of cash without using cash. It could work like this. Through an app on a cell phone, a user sets up a secure e-wallet. It's authenticated through a government agency, and it's ready to go. The merchant establishes a digital transaction to accept the funds, but a critical new step in between, what the U of T and York team calls a whitelist, where the transaction is not only authenticated, but will ensure customer information is not passed on, just the money. Privacy is paramount.
We believe that the Canadian government has an obligation to give people a way to protect their privacy and give them, in particular, because payments are so essential for commercial interactions.
The currency would require measures against too much privacy to prevent money laundering and tax evasion. And while cash payments are becoming a smaller part of the economy, the central bank says it wouldn't abandon communities not connected to high-tech commerce.
That means, for one thing, ensuring that remote and marginalized communities are not left out of any new way to pay for goods and services.
The so-called CBDC wouldn't be a direct counter to Bitcoin, which is an investment currency, rather than a cash-equivalent consumer currency. But Canada cannot sit back, say experts, as other countries like China unveil digital currencies and private enterprise cryptocurrencies such as Facebook's DM are developed.
It's a matter of national sovereignty. So I don't think the Bank of Canada or any central bank for that matter would like to outsource this process to a third party, even if it is a domestic party, let alone a foreign one.
Only a central bank can guarantee complete safety and universal access. and with public interest, not profits, as a top priority.
Digital currency won't be issued before Canadians in Ottawa want it, but when they do, the Bank of Canada wants to be ready to roll it out. Eric Sorensen, Global News, Toronto.
Wow, they want to be ready. And let me tell you, they're more than ready. Okay, so let me bring myself back up on the screen. Digital currency is no longer a conspiracy theory. I don't know what more I have to show you, but I'm going to show you more. But it's going to be the numbers this time. I know that's what Joseph's waiting for. And Chrysanthia, you are absolutely right. They want you to believe that cash isn't being used, but it is. We all use cash. We give our loved ones cash. We give our friends cash. We give our children cash. We give our parents cash, right? How birthday parties, we used to put cash in birthday cards, right? People give cash to other people and the government doesn't know about it. But guess what? Now once they remove cash and everything goes digital, you're not going to be able to give anyone any money without them taxing it, knowing about it, and analyzing it to see if it's allowed that you can actually give that person money, if their credit score rating is enough, or if they have any debts to pay. Then you know what? Then it's going to get tough, right? I don't know how much more. Like, this is the future that is now here today. Yes, Andre. So Virgin Mary, September 8th. This is when things were triggered off on the Mother Mary's birthday. The Queen Bee of the Hive is now gone, and King Charles became king this day. So September 8th, 1776. Mary, Mother of God, 1098. So we're going to get into some 1098, and you're going to see, I'm going to show you why 1098 is very significant. Because of the false prophet equals 1098 and 846, right? So there's your 846 and 1098. And if we don't know what, so the false prophet and the false prophet also equals 1044 when you add the false prophet. So there's the numbers we're looking at: 1044, 1098, and 846. So let me go back to the Facebook quickly. I think I found a way to do this quickly. I have to go here, search my profile. Give me a sec. Facebook's the worst. But I'm going to do this. So we're looking at the number 1044. We've done this before, so if anyone here remembers 1044, I'm going to remind you quickly. It was back in July, on the 27th of July in the summertime, false prophet confirmation. So Pope John Paul II was in Canada exactly 20 years ago. Pope Francis is in Canada now, and it was exactly 1044 weeks between popes in Canada. And I showed you the false prophet equals 1044. New World Order equals 1044. Satanic cult equals 1044. And I was based, and here we go. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves equals 1044. So there's the time between dates. It was Tuesday, July 23rd, 2002 to July 27th, 2022, 1044 weeks. Max Verstappen, who is now going to be a double world champion for Red Bull Racing in Formula One, 1044, because it's the new world order. The old world order is retiring, which was Sebastian Vettel, also a champion, multiple world champion with the Red Bull. So there's your 1044. I said that this is going to be significant. Do not trust these false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing. They are ravening wolves. They are setting up for the new world order. So let's go back to false prophet. So we got order out of chaos, 1098. So I already showed you why 846 is significant and connected with 1098 and 1044, because of order out of chaos is 1098. So 9/11, 2001 to today's date, notice the weeks, it is 1096 weeks since the towers fell. So in just a couple of weeks, it is going to be 1098. So I know everyone's looking at September 24th as a big watch date. September 24th equals 846. So from 26th of September all the way to October 3rd, it is 1098 weeks since 9/11. So very significant. Could we get the dollar crash, which equals 666? The money crash, 726. And Antichrist is 726. I think I showed you this yesterday. All right, let me see the comments quickly. So yeah, perfect. God's Marine says Revelation 13:17 is happening right before your eyes. I'm so thankful you said that, because look what I have ready up on the screen is Revelation 13:17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. It is happening right before our eyes, says God Marine. And there it is, because I agree. And I was just about to show that we are living through the biblical end of days. Right? No freedom, says Darlene. OG Fire just entered the chat. Yes, T.G. What is good? Getting ready for that digital currency. Money is just going to be paper again. So Chrysanthia says false prophet lining up to come on scene. Yes, Keith. Hello. Miss Sarah Bruto, Rebel Hearts is in the house. So yeah, Joseph Aquaviva, Large Hadron Collider equals 846. They went full power 846 days after March 11th, 2020. And Large Hadron Collider also equals 1086. And they went full power 1086 weeks after 9/11. So I can quickly bring some more numbers like that up. I think we went through the 1044s. I can bring up some 846 and some 1086. Yeah, CERN, Fabiola Giannotti equals 846 and 666, the CERN Director General. So Natasha says that she just watched a video and it was a German politician saying, like 9/11, everyone will remember where they were on September 24th, 2022. I'll send you the video. Yeah, someone mentioned in my comments that the German Prime Minister, quickly. So as I'm saying this, the German Prime Minister, hold on, where is it? Prime Minister, 1098. So we're talking about 1098. So all the prime ministers in the world are about to pull, you know, like the queen bee's gone. So the hive is now finished the building. The Freemasonic master builders have finished their new world order, and the Antichrist is ready to take the throne. So prime minister equals 1098. It was the German prime minister that says that September 24th will be the last day of mankind, of normal mankind. So, and it was the Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, back on November 8th, 2016, that took over the TV networks and stations in the whole country and announced that he was making a legal tender the 500 and 1,000 rupee bills. Unbelievable. So there's your prime ministers equals 1098. So Pope Joseph saying thinks Pope Francis is the false prophet. Yep, John Tory does equals 666, Andre. I saw that video of 9. So Chrysanthia has seen the video that Natasha was just speaking of. So September 24th, they will all step down. Yes, Natasha. Okay, so Prime Minister. So let's get back. Where are my numbers? So 1098 weeks. The Federal Reserve Bank equals 1098. So in the 1098 weeks since 9/11, everything is falling into place for the Federal Reserve Bank to switch over to the central bank digital currency. 1098. Federal Reserve Bank in reverse satanic. It's going to be a massive transformation. 1098. Justin Trudeau is 1098. Canadian Prime Minister. Vladimir Putin, 1098. The Russian president. These are all the key players that are about to usher in the Antichrist. We are in the New World Order. Dollar crash, Antichrist, Prime Minister. The reign of terror is about to begin. 1098. September 24th. We're all looking and waiting. The reign of terror is about to begin. 1098. Again, quickly, that is because of 1098 weeks between 9/11. September 24th will be 1097 weeks and 5 days, right? Whether you include the date or not, it will be 4 days, including is 5 days. But watch out, it's all lining up. So wait, let me get back to that. So the Babylonians also equals 1098. It's the Babylonian reign because we're in Babylon. Sorry. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie, equals 846. Revelation 3:9. Thank you, Joseph. So the Ukraine war and the Antichrist are a perfect match. Babylon. So flat earther, how convenient. Flat earther also equals 1098. Does that mean there's going to be a massive awakening in a couple of weeks' time? More people? Because there's been thousands of people month after month that have been waking up to the real truth and realizing the deception that is NASA and the National Aeronautics Space Administration equals 666. So there's your flat earth. It also equals 1098. So here's your Grand Lodge because they're all the Masons, 1098. And I put the 522 there because that's the birthing number. Because they are giving birth to the evil into this world. Surveillance, 1098. We are going to be massive surveillance from the money. Everything's going to be tracked and traced. Revelation 13:17, 1098, surveillance. So we are the crusaders of this resistance. And how convenient that the crusaders also equals 1098. Okay, let's get some numbers. Let's go back to the Facebook. Let me see what's going on. Incredible stuff, right? I can't make this up. This is too impossible to be a coincidence. So greetings, Samuel. Exactly. So Joseph Akaweaver, whose birthday is 522, birthday equals 522, birthing equals 522, and birth date equals 522. Truth equals 522. Yes, Darlene. Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, thank you, Joseph. We're going through it. I'm going to bring up some more numbers. You want some 846s? Let's go. 846. Hopefully, see, we're just searching the Facebooks. I know everything's 846. So, as Joseph was saying earlier, so back on July 4th, tomorrow will be day 846 since March 11th, 2020, and CERN will go back on. So let me just see, can you guys all see this list? No, you cannot. Let me take myself off the screen quickly. I'm going to run through these 846s. So Holy Bible equals 846. Fallen angels equal 846. Tribulation, the days of Noah, unstoppable, Elvis the King, genetic modification, occultist, Large Hadron Collider, World War III, Toronto, Canada, Ottawa, Greater Toronto Area, Sodom and Gomorrah, Instagram, staged events, fake moon landing, false flag event, false prophet, satanic blood sacrifices, Barack Hussein Obama, behold a pale horse, northeast, west, south, bread and circuses, David versus Goliath, and the broken doll. September 11, 2001 at 8:46 a.m. And then George Floyd, May 25th, 2020, 8 minutes, 46 seconds. Robert E. Cremo also equals 846. I'm not going to get into this sick person. So we're going to run through some 846s here. It's too many. Fallen Angels at 8:46, the Broken Doll, Tribulation, this whole Justin Bieber thing. So I think someone leaked the story that he said that the jab ruined his life. So he actually admitted that he's got permanent facial paralysis from the mark of the beast. So Barbara Budd says, Nico and everyone, I have no understanding of the numbers, but I'm thankful you do. Thank you. Yep, you're welcome. I'm trying to go as slow as possible. We got Joseph Aquaviva, the numbers master in here, also sharing and helping to confirm. We are in tribulation. Yeah, unbelievable times. So I'm going to quickly go through the 846s. Toronto, Canada. How can it be? Too many coincidences. There's your age of Aquarius, Toronto. Okay, let's get the days of Noah is 846. The steps of Freemasonry challenge was 846. Proof of V Immuniband bracelet, Mark of the Beast was 846. Time to go home, 846. Okay, hold on. I just saw Three Sons, 846. The Fallen Angels Fear Yeshua, 846. And that's exactly true. They've done everything in their powers to try and prevent him from being born, and he was still born. And now they're doing everything in their power to prevent him from returning, and he will return. He is coming. And quickly, 1086. So it had exactly been 1086 weeks since September 11th, 2001. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Ephesians 6:11 equals 1086. Large Hadron Collider, so that was the day that CERN went on, and God gave me and said, put on the whole armor now. Things are about to get crazy, and things certainly did. So Womb of Creation is 1086. The Beast System, the Jesuit Order, Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah, Rings of Saturn, the Eye of Horus, the Dark Lord, and Thank You Satan, all equal 1086. The Guidestones went down. Georgia Guidestone is 1086. CERN portal opened is 1086. America Stonehenge 1086. Spinning Ball Earth was 1086. Here's one of Joseph's. Barack Hussein Obama II is 1086. That's when the CERN portal was opened. Let me just make sure I got everything here. So quickly, I wanted to bring up this character again. It's now the king of the Commonwealth, and he is how old? 73 years of age on the date that he was pretty much became king. Perfect equals 73 and 37. Yeah, so Darlene, breathe. It is mind-blowing. Once you understand it and take it in and can process it, your mind will be blown. And some of those that don't get it and have no idea what's going on, they'll just freak out and be like, yeah, you're nothing wrong. So I don't know what that comment's about, but okay. And Queen equals 73. So God Marine saying, we are in the days of Noah and the judgments have been happening. We are living in the book of Revelation. Okay, so let me make sure I'm not missing anything quickly. I know I had a lot to run over. Oh, what did I bring up here? Oh, yeah. So also, thankfully, I didn't miss this one. I did bring it up in yesterday's video, but it's perfect to bring it up right now. There's your Pope Francis, what Joseph's saying, and I agree, is the false prophet, which we just went over with the numbers because he was just here in Canada 1044 weeks before since the last Pope, John Paul. So he instructs the Vatican entities to move all funds to Vatican Bank by September 30th. So there's a big shift in the money. So the Vatican is moving their money and instructing to move it by September 30th, which is 1098 weeks since 9/11. So it says by the 30th. So they're probably going to have it in there, but way before the 30th, because everyone's saying something's going to happen on the 24th. Right? Because, so the Federal Reserve Bank is 1098, transformation is 1098, September 24th is 846. Base, sorry. So yeah, so September 24th equals 846, which I was just showing you the bunch of 846's number. So if anyone's saying and hearing all these prime ministers talking of September 24th, and there you go, it equals 846. What else? Hopefully I didn't miss anything. We watched all these videos, the prime minister, 1098, week 1098, we're the Crusaders, 1098, false prophet, cryptocurrency is 1044. Yeah, we watched that. New World Order, 1044. And the Satanic Cult, that's exactly what they are. So I pretty much think I've covered everything. So if anyone wants to ask any questions or add anything, that's it. Digital currency. So I hope, yeah, just yesterday someone's like, that's impossible. That's impossible. No, it's happening. It is absolutely happening. Yeah, so Andre's having a good laugh. So the Queen died 67 days before King Charles' birthday. King equals 67. The name like not alive says enough about you. Sorry, dog hair. So thank you, Alicia. I appreciate that. I've been using this calculator pretty often lately. So yeah, Andre, if you're new to it, any people that are new to Gematria that have been using it and have got the hang of it and have like had the experience of just seeing the code and just understanding it. So what was that like for you, Andre, if you want to talk about that? We said this was coming and now it's here. I wonder, do they believe us yet, Natasha? Yeah. We've said this was long. This is so long ago, right? There's so much stuff we've been talking about. So that's why every day that goes by and we see these things like the death of the Queen, it's like, oh, fine. Like we're not surprised anymore, right? So see, look, not alive, talking smack. Rose Holiday. Rose Holloway's got the popcorn out. So yeah, so long ago. Alicia Garcia says, yep, now it's here. So every nation is about to switch over to digital currency. It's about to get crazy. So how are they going to do this? So we saw what happened in India. They got 1 billion people in that country, population of 1 billion, right? So people did die. They're not giving us the numbers, but now it's going to go world over. People are like, they're going to die in the thousands, if not hundreds of thousands over this, right? Not everyone is still got a grip with this technology, right? The whole cash system, like people, like I don't even know the percentage wise of people that survive and live off of just a cash-based life, right? And living in a bartering trade system, right? So everything's about to go haywire, and it's going to go crazy on purpose, and it's going to stay that way for a while until the Antichrist, the charismatic leader comes and saves the day and everyone bows to him, right? So he can have some restoration in society. So just you wait and see. We are in the book of Revelation, biblical end of days. Yeah, I love you, Rose. The end times ahead says, could the 24th of September start the 3 days of darkness? Only time will tell. Again, we won't see the darkness. They have multiple fake suns in the sky, right? Have multiple fake suns. So whether God's heavenly Yahweh's heavenly luminary goes dark, NASA's fake sun, Russia's fake sun, China's fake sun. They're all going to be up there lighting up the earth with its fake white light. It's going to be crazy. Yes, Priya, everyone does need God. Yeah, yeah, but all awesome, Rose. Thank you. You're absolutely amazing. It's a digital currency. Officially, it's coming. So I don't know. There's nothing you can do. It's not like, oh, go take your money out the bank or go put it in the bank. There's nothing you can do, right? I don't know. Does anyone have any suggestions of what to do, right? Like, not that anyone has, not that a lot of us like have thousands or hundreds of thousands to worry about anyway in the banks, whether in cash. No one's sitting on that much cash now anyway, right? Because the government's made it that way to keep us indebted, right? So Natasha's saying the amount of people gathered for Queen Elizabeth and worshipping her was sickening. Did you see the heckler? So when they were walking by, and you noticed that, was it Prince Andrew? He was in just a regular suit because supposedly because of the Jeffrey Epstein scandal and his disgusting charges that came to light, he got stripped of his royal duty. So he was not in the royal military attire, and some guy was right there on the sidelines, and he screamed, "It's like, you're disgusting, you sick person, Andrew, you're a sick man." So, and then they dragged him out and got rid of him. It's true. It's all of them, not just Andrew. It's every single one of them. Philip, Charles, William, Harry. Yes, Andrew Eastman. So the sorceries equals 666, witchcraft equals 666, mark of the beast equals 666, and vaccination equals 666. And I really did blurt that one out. So, okay, social credit score system using a digital currency. It's fully here now. It's here. We're in that phase now. The paper money is just going to be paper now, worthless. Just to wait and see. Yeah, it was declared a pandemic 666 days after the Cladex pandemic simulation. So a lot of these people, they need to understand what these simulations are, from Event 201 to the Cladex simulation, right? They've been running these, doing them, these rituals. They are essentially worshiping the devil. It's all devil worship. Exactly. And Event 201, which I just said, was held on 10/18, October 18th. Luke 10:18. I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven, right? Okay, let's bring it up, seeing as the Bible's right here, Luke 10:18. Then we had the Satan shoe with that little Nas X, right? And that was all Luke 10:18 and 666 copies of the shoe, like these people. Then he was doing the pregnant birthing ritual, the abomination, the sodomites. So yeah, he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Luke 10:18, which was October 18th when they held that event. Jesus Christ will provide and keep the faith. Yes, Rose is laughing at Lizardbeth. Yes, Natasha has the jokes. So Barbara Bard has also personally witnessed two suns, one going down in the east and the west. And the skies are in constant overcast. That's to cover it up. So again, I told you back a couple months ago, if you see the right-angled square clouds, that's man-made and generated or manipulated by HAARP to hide one of their fake suns. And it travels, the fake cloud travels to cover up, and the fake sun is right. So that's how I saw it with my own eyes too, Barbara. I saw three suns. Two of them are really close together, like the MasterCard. So they travel like the Vesica Pisces. So let me bring up the MasterCard logo, because this one just came to me. Actually, let me just go ahead and get rid of this. Okay, so MasterCard logo. This is I just seen something about this the other day, and I was like, that is exactly what that is. So you see, those are the two suns, right? So the MasterCard logo is the two suns traveling are the Vesica Pisces, right? When I saw the two suns that were close together traveling exactly like this, one was orange and one was white. And then about 300 meters behind these two, there was a third sun, and that one was white, and that was covered in clouds. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing as they passed over me, and I just watched them in disbelief. I never thought the day that I would live in this world and see 3 suns. So there's your MasterCard, 2 suns, the Vesica Pisces. It's all ritual for the money system, right? Because Sun Simulator also equals 1086. I don't know why I didn't have that one up there. Let me see this. Sun Simulator. $10.92. Let me see. Where is it? 852. Or was it 1092? I had numbers on. Yeah. So I got to remember what I was doing with the 1092s. The Bible, Google, so the MasterCard. So yeah, someone yelled out he was a sick man. So back to that, yep, sick old man. I think Joseph posted the video on his channel. Oh yeah, sorry Andrew. Yeah, that royal, well, he's not any of our princes. He's not a real royal from the Hamites, right? And Alicia saw the video. So the government will control it at the source. Credit will be deducted for wrong thing. Anna's saying, I think we need to go back to a cash society, reprogram ourselves to go back. Brainwashing needs to be turned around. But who owns the cash? That's what you got to understand. The cash comes from the central banks. It comes from these elite people that, you know, it's still rich. It's all paper anyway. The money's not real. Like we know it. They obviously know it now. The digital is not going to be any more real than the money, paper money anyway. None of it's real. They've just used it to enslave us while they're sitting there decked out in just mass amounts of gold. They're not using money or digital currency. They have all the gold stashed away and diamonds and silver and all the actual value and wealth of this world. Paper and digital. We're slaves. So Rose says, how did we miss this before? Yes, Joseph has the video on his channel, YouTube, Aquaviva2222. Demetra, hey, yep, everyone misses everyone. I haven't seen you for a minute. Hopefully, yeah, we'll all get together soon. It is fall now here. So Alina saying, thank you for these. We are holding the fort in Miami. Yes, the 305 Miami. Yep, trading and marketing. So we don't need the dollar bill. We don't need that banking system. We just grow our own food, go back to growing, farming, like building, carpentering, right? Actual skills. Not this office and computer stuff. It's fake. No one's really doing any real work. They just sit there and push the thing and come on, nothing's real anymore. They just suck the energy and life out of the whole world. Yes, thank you, Joseph. Hit the like button. Yes, we got Oklahoma saying much love to J7. Yeah. So this is most definitely the end of times. There's nothing we can do but get prepared for the spiritual warfare and the coming of our Lord. Yes, God bless Alicia. Just everyone's realizing and just get prepared. Get right with Jesus, Yeshua. So yeah, I'm just going through the comments. It's good to have some time to see what everyone's thoughts are on this situation. Just yesterday, someone was telling me that would be impossible. Like, that would never happen. No. It's happened. It's been happening. It's almost here. It's almost finalized. We've just got a couple more weeks left of this cash system. The old world that we all once knew is so far gone. It's dust now. Not even. It's just nothing. It never even existed. We're so far into this deep new world order, totalitarian, draconian system. Yes, it is so great to see all the many returning crusaders. We're definitely going to be needed because the crusaders equals 1098, week 1098 since 9/11 is happening. So we're either beginning tribulation or great tribulation, but we're definitely in the book of Revelation. So crusaders, armor up. Darlene, the faith, yes. Yeah, and the same, we go back to our roots, farming, skilled trades. But where is the land for all this since most large cities have limited space already? There's plenty of land. I don't know why everyone's all stacked up in the city, like especially here in Canada, there's so much empty land. There's so much. There's more than enough land. Don't worry. Yes, never say never. So like vampires, they suck our time and energy to feed themselves. Exactly. That's why the fallen angel statues are all in the cities. So once people enter those cities for their worthless nothingness jobs, they're just draining the energy, and it's going somewhere. Believe me, they're not going to waste this human essence and energy and let it. Trust me, it's not going to waste. Yeah, we're the ones wasting that energy, but it's being siphoned. Once you realize that, you can put an end to it. So it's Demetra saying we need to reunite as soon as possible. We plan to go to worldwide rally. So yeah, worldwide rallies. I was in Niagara on the weekend. Yeah, worldwide's happening. So yeah, everywhere in the world. I'm not sure where everyone is. We got Toronto, we got Hamilton, we got Ottawa. So I'm not sure yet where I'll be, but definitely will be out there on the weekend. There's a lot of land in the US as well. There's plenty of land. When you go on those country drives or down Highway 66 or whatever it is out there, there's plenty of land, right? People are just cooped up in the cities, right? Because the government's designed it that way. They want to have everyone grouped in one place so it's easier to control, not have you spread out all over the land and mountains and deserts and forests. No, they want you crammed in a concrete city so they can have full surveillance, right, over you. Okay, and that's about it. I think that's it. It's been a good hour. I hope we realize that they've been telling us. A lot of people know now, so I don't know. I'm just trying to I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not getting excited. I'm not getting scared. I'm not getting anxious. I'm just like, finally, you know what I mean? And I don't know if people find that as a weird thing to go through, but to me, I'm just like, let's get going. Like, this has been my whole life. I've seen this. I've dreamt this. All those movies from the 80s, 90s, and all the Back to LA and all the destruction. It's just all pre-programming. We've seen it all. It's been preparing us for this very time, and it's about to go down. And Natasha says something's got to give. Yeah, no worries, J7. There was I took my time today, so there's some good stuff. So it will be a good hour to sit back and watch, explaining the digital currency, showing all the numbers, connecting the false prophets, the CERN portal, the days of Noah. It's just, come on, it's one big web. The Antichrist is here. I feel it. You're welcome, Anna. Thank you for all this knowledge. We all need to realize the truth for what the future holds. We are here. The future's here. The future's now. And we will win. Thank you, Rose. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to make another tea. And send me a message. I'll just go on Facebook and hang out there. Wow, it's just unbelievable. unbelievable times. So yeah, you're welcome. Stay positive and happy. I am. I'm just so like the last couple of days I've just been on this. It's been a lot, seeing all the numbers, going through gematria does like weigh down on me. It's a lot to take in because it's mind blowing and it's just very I'll be on Facebook. Yeah, thank you for being here, Joseph. As always, have a good night. I'll be on Facebook. I'm gonna make tea and I'll jump on and we'll talk and share some more stuff. Everyone was very everyone was very participating well today. It's good to see everyone's sharing their knowledge. Everything I'm saying, everyone agrees with and is saying the same thing. So it's getting good. This is a great family we have here. Alicia's saying, get off the grid, live off the land. And if you want to learn some survival skills, watch some episodes of Doomsday Preppers. Thank you for that. Yep. Thank you. You're welcome, Carrie. Good night, Rose. God bless you, Barbara. And let's get out of here.